I was in my cabin with a hot Balkan girl. I didn't quite know exactly where she was from, but that really didn't matter to me at the time. I was about to get busy. She took off her crop top and her tits bounced out. This was awesome. Her jugs were huge and didn't need the support of a bra. I didn't wait for my invite. I began to strip down and grabbed a big handful of tits. The motion of the ocean, I shouldn't use sea puns as I'm trying to keep the story as respectful as possible, had started, and I had become a human piston. Within a couple of minutes the Balkan beauty kicked me off, and as I pulled out, a fountain of female ejaculate followed me to the other side of the bed. It was like an arch of water flowing from an inverted fountain. I looked a bit shocked as this woman's juices were flowing for a few seconds. I had never seen anything like this before. I moved across the sodden bed sheets and made another pass. The piston started up again, and once more, after a minute or so, the Balkan made a sound of ecstasy, then threw me off again, and another shot of female ejaculate followed. This time it was going off like a geyser. It launched out at high velocity and nearly hitting my cabin ceiling. The geyser of lady juices blasted for what seemed to be a lifetime. At this point my bed was beginning to get saturated. I moved over back to Balkan, and my mattress was squelching with each movement from my knees as I moved closer. Balkan flipped me onto my back and began to ride me. She was dipping faster and faster and faster till once again, with the sound of her ecstasy, she flung herself backwards, and it was like the floodgates had opened. The last 2 times were nothing in comparison. This time it was as though the storm gates had opened. No, scrub that. It was as though a dam had ruptured. Female ejaculate shots across the room, and on collision course with my face. I held up my hands to try and defend my eyes. I took a deep breath in. The impact was like a wave crashing into the side of the ship, and I was covered from head to toe in juices. Balkan at this point looked all shagged out, but I was nowhere near finished. Now it became my mission to finish, and it just wasn't fair to me. It was at this point the thoughts had crossed my mind. Now I actually feel sorry for those women out there who have constant bad sex where they were never satisfied, and I would not allow this to happen to me. At this point I swear I could have paddled to the other end of the bed where Balkan was, as there was so much juice. I lay on top of Balkan, grabbed her legs to give me extra purchase, and began to drill fast. I was determined not to get flung off. I was going to finish and sow my royal oats. I could feel Balkan's body quivering. I could feel the pressure building up as I was hammering away. Balkan's face was going redder and redder as I was going faster and faster with my arms wrapped around each leg. Balkan was getting louder and louder, and then, as she couldn't throw me off, and then blam, I finished, and as I pulled out it was like Niagara fucking Falls. I took a deep breath once more, and I was hit in the face with a high velocity mix with both our juices, and it was at that point I wished I had a snorkel. If my bed could talk, it wouldn't. It would be drowning. Hell, if Balkan was sat on my face, I probably could have drowned. I got up and went to the bathroom, picked up some towels, and I flung one over to Balkan as I was drying myself off. Balkan looked a bit embarrassed as she scratched off the side of my bed and onto her feet. She lightly towelled herself dry and got dressed in silence. When she was ready, she pecked me on the cheek, then left. I stood at my door looking into my sodden cabin. My bed was written off for tonight, so I pulled down my top bunk and stripped the sheets and duvet off my bed, then stuffed them into a pillowcase ready for my cabin steward to deal with. I pulled off my mattress and tilted it 45 degrees. I slipped on some clothes and went backstage and dug out the wind machine, then brought it to my cabin. I rigged up the wind machine and began to dry out my mattress. Then I went to sleep on my top bunk.